something I want y'all to think about, and we're gonna see it change here soon because they'll see these videos. But I want you to look at. I just seen an outfit Kanye West had on, and it looked like just like a piece of cotton, cloth, like a piece of cotton, like acid wash, gray, and it was cut into like a t-shirt with the long sleeve t-shirt that come down to like right here, and it was about this color, and thick cotton. Then he had on pants that was like big wide leg pants, like kind of what you see in the old school prison movies, old school slave movies, and then like some boots, like some black boots. And then he got a white woman. I don't know if she of another ethnicity or whatever, but she white. And he paraded her around in the most ridiculous outfits. This outfit here on this video, she got on two little, she got on like a top that got just like a little cover that cover this right here is my nipple. It cover right, it do this much around that nipple, and it just go up into a little thin strap, and it's just two of them, and it just one little string crossed there, and it just real. And she got on that and some kind of skirt, but I ain't see the skirt because her breast was just so like ridiculously hanging out the side of the thing. Now look at the way Kanye West dressed, and then also look at the way Jonathan Majors dressed, and what Jonathan Majors was with before he got into all that legal trouble, a white woman. But how do they dress? They dress like slaves who just got their freedom. And this is what I'm trying to tell y'all about this complex, this superiority complex. These men want white women, or they want a ride or die, do whatever black woman. And if they can't get that, they want them a white woman, but they want to dress like slaves. So they wear cotton picking outfits. They wear cotton picking outfits, or like a slave who was given an outfit when he got his freedom papers, and have no real true expression or personality in their fashion other than looking like elevated slave wear. And but then have a white woman too. So really what it represent, what it looked like is a slave who took the master's daughter, married the master's slave master daughter when he got his walking papers. But this is a complex. This a complex, and that's why you see Kanye West acting a slap fool all the time. Be acting a slap fool, talking crazy, acting crazy, just always lost, belligerent, all over the place. And I don't know what he be ingesting, what he be doing. Jonathan Majors, not so much. I don't know why he dressed the way he dressed, but I guess it's his personality, what he trying to show. But it's like, yeah, you trying to show personality, but you look like a slave. Like, it's too many new kind of clothes that you could update and wear, even if you just want to put you on a nice James Bond suit. It's like at least look like some kind of sophistication and money to the wearing these old slave trader outfits. But it's like to each their own, but you got to look at the tomfoolery that they get into. And this kind of go with that mindset. And this is why I try to tell you, man, like you got to pay attention to how you view yourself. How you view yourself. And so here you got this woman that Kanye West done plucked off. No woman in her right mind want to be with Kanye West because he too belligerent. He too outlandish. He too outrageous. He too opinionated. He too loud and wrong. No woman in her right mind want to be with Kanye West. We'll leave Jonathan Majors where he at. That's a different conversation. He nowhere near like Kanye West. So don't get that. I'm just talking about they fashion, that slave fashion they be wearing. But far as personality and all that, totally different guy. I think Jonathan Majors is a good guy. Like me reading his spirit, I feel like he's a good guy who mean well, got good intentions. That Kanye West, I think that he done played with the devil too much and done played with the name of God too much, and he been turned over to a reprobate mind. So he gets women who they care so much about being rich and about being famous. And they confusing fame with significance. So Kanye West making these women insignificant but famous. So therefore infamous. And they become infamous for ridiculous outfits. And they walking with Kanye West and they look like a sex trafficking victim. They face it, you just look at them and you like blank twice. Please, just blank twice. You need just blank twice and you need us to rescue you. That's how they look. Now in this picture where she got the little thing on, she felt so stupid that she was smiling. She had a big goofy smile on her face because she just know this outfit is absolutely ridiculous. So Kanye is parading her, and then he walking like he dressed like a runaway slave. So now what he channeling is, you remember back in the day when they used to do blackface and sambo type shows and they had the big black man and then he had a little petite white woman and he snatch her up, or they had like the big gorilla and he snatch up the little petite sexy white woman. That's what Kanye trying to emulate. He trying to emulate the big black guy, the black man who done stole him a white woman, but yet got mind control of this white woman. Now, back in the day, from slave states like Florida, like where I'm from, we would intentionally date out of our race for get back. Like we would do it out of anger, out of frustration, and we would, we would do it for that reason. Kanye kind of looking like he trying to get back because a lot of people don't like that. A lot of white men in power, they don't like that. And a lot of white men, they don't like white women who, a white woman told me this here recently. She was like, white men basically think you're tainted and like forbidden goods if you've been with a black man. I say, yeah, that's true. That's true. She say she's been treated like that and talked to like that by white men when they find out that she date black men or have dated black men. That like she's like off limits now, like worth nothing. And that's the truth and the reality of the matter. And the reason why I'm addressing this is because this is a part of the spiritual warfare. It's nothing wrong with interracial dating. What's wrong is when the root cause of it is self-hate or insecurity or greed or toxicity. And so like I was talking about in my other video, it's a lot of black men being used by women of another race who do not think these black men are attractive. And they do not think that they're worth it or even a good person, but because the man has money, a lot of black men with money are treated like dummies because of what we come from and not being taught financial literacy at a young age. And so we get to a certain level and then we get finessed and we believe that this person want us for who we are, not realizing that they only want us for the light that's being shined on us. They only want us for the money that we have, for the access that we have, for the name that we have. And we think it's us. We think this a genuine connection, not realizing that if we didn't have that status and that money or that position or that title or that name or that clout on the college campus or the high school campus or in the corporate world or in the entertainment world, that this woman would not want us. But she only want us because of what we're doing. And that's when we become an exception to the rule. And more black men got to understand that your ex-slave master daughter great great granddaughter do not want you 9 out of 10 times. You got to make sure this is organic chemistry. And what you realize is inorganic chemistry, sometimes you create an explosion. You got to realize and you got to make sure that this is a genuine connection and that she didn't just get with you because you was the star basketball player at your college or a star pro player or you was the big dope boy or the big rapper in the city. And that's what these men not understanding. Like we not even, it's only certain type of black men that's even attractive to women of other races. But then these black men go get a little bit of money or get a little bit of name on whatever level. It might be in high school. It started in high school. It might be in high school. You're the quarterback. You're the point guard. You're the baseball star, whatever. High school, college, corporate world. Get a little bit of name, and then not all of a sudden you wanted by these other races. What's up?
And some, I was looking into NIL stuff, and like some colleges, I'm assuming it's like big colleges, but like, oh yeah, one thing I was thinking about, does soccer do that type of stuff? NIL,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah, say they got a couple
Oh,
guys with like local deals, but it's just like they ain't built. But it's bigger than that. We
that's
ain't
what
even
I
think
wonder.
we ain't even think about that. We think about after that. You got to realize that aura, that look, it ain't even about that. It just you be out there. Next thing you know, you're a spokesperson for Mercedes Benz. You see what I'm saying? It ain't even about that. It's just about you. You feel me? It ain't even about that. And it ain't even about the money. It's just about using what God gave you. You feel me? So just got to be thinking about that. And it also could create a living. It also could create a brand to where when you create something, like you drop your line, boom, it's gone because you got supporters. Because you done been active. You feel me? You done been in front of them. So that's what it's about. Like the NIL stuff, that's the micro. We thinking macro.
One thing I got a good idea for is like once, obviously I have stuff in between from games. I was telling mom if she gets real active on the camera, like I'll be able to post like,
Pictures?
yeah, game flicks, but like with clips too, like weekly.
Pictures?
Yeah,
Okay.
like weekly with like film from my games.
Yeah.
Start performing at a higher
I'm gonna
level.
be filming. She gonna be taking pictures.
Yeah, okay.
You put them together.
And then my VO clips as well for the close camera side.
Yeah.
And I was thinking too, like after like doing this like fasting and diet and stuff, at some point can like he'll like explain how to help me. And due to the fact that like I have pictures of like all my progress, I can go from like, this is day one, this is day 90.
Yeah. Keep those,
Just
and you need to put them in a folder and put it in a little app and write on it. Day one, like just write on
how
it.
do
So
you put it in a folder?
on a folder on your thing. So like when you look at the picture and you
Yeah.
click the little share button,
Hmm.
it'll up under it you'll see add to album. You click add to album and you put cut or name it what you want to cut. But what you do is you know how them apps like the apps where you could write on the picture,
Yeah.
like what it could be anything, word, swag,
I
InShot,
can put this text on it.
yeah, or even just click edit on the picture and then select text and then put a text on there and just put day one and then save it like that and then create an album and then put it in that album and just call it whatever you want to call it, 90 day cut or whatever, day one, day two, and then you could make a quick slideshow of that too.
It could be like day one,
Day
day
10,
day
day
10, day
day
20,
15,
or
day
day
30,
15,
yeah,
day 30. Yeah.
like that, and it'll show that, and that right there, that can go. You know what I'm saying? That can go, and then it just bring new supporters,
And
people
then you
who
could do like one of
interested.
those iMovies where it's like, how I went from this, and then they like put the picture for a second to this,
Exactly.
and then
Right.
explain that in the
Yeah.
process.
So you got to think about that. Big picture. Feel me?
Yeah.
Film Y'all forgive me. Family first. Son came here. We were talking about, branding and stuff a little bit ago. And sometimes, like with your kids, they don't understand. They can't see the big picture. So you got to make them do what they need to do because they'll get caught up thinking about their friends, teasing them, and people who jealous of your kids, they'll tease them to make them feel shame about what they doing. And so my wife, she used to always post my sons, and she'll post it in her story, and she'll post like Happy Wednesday. So the girls at my son's school, they'll walk up to him, Happy Wednesday, and make fun of him. So then he went to his mom's like, Mom, can you stop doing that? And she stopped doing it. And I told her, I'm like, no, man, don't ever stop your motion for what somebody else running their mouth. They mad that they mama ain't posting them. They mad that they mama ain't happy about their child. And I say, don't do that. Don't let nobody talk you down. Don't dim your light because somebody else want to hide in the dark. Don't dim your light. You let your light shine. And you be confident and you be bold and you walk in what God and gave you. It's just like me. I'm doing these videos, man. These videos is touchy. Like these videos is touchy. This ain't something that I'm comfortable with, but it's something that I realize nobody's speaking on from a place of love. Like, yeah, people will come out and say something, but they coming with so much air in their chest and so much hate and so much vitriol. I don't hate white people. I'm not racist against white people. I got my biggest investor is a white man. And he know how I feel about this. We talk about interracial dating. Like I got homeboys, black guys that got white wives. So imagine how awkward it is me talking about this when I got several homeboys with a white wife. But hopefully they are the exception to the rule. Hopefully they are the exception to the rule. If they not, they'll know they not the exception to the rule, and they'll know they got finesse. But they really ain't got finesse because they really ain't bringing nothing to the table that's like, mind blowing. It ain't like they was multi-millionaires. The guys I know, it ain't like they was millionaires and they got with this woman of another race. It's like they was on their grind trying to make it, college or making a little bit of money, working regular jobs. So it was like it had to be a genuine connection because they really ain't had nothing to offer the woman of another race. But what I'm talking about is how many black men who become millionaires and then they look at the black race and see how we struggling financially and see how we struggling with financial literacy, and then they take that wealth and they give it to another race for the sake of what? Because it's not like you can't love somebody of your own race. It's not like you can't fall in love with somebody who look like your mama. It's not like you can't do that. And so it's like they going to another race out of with a they giving this other race superiority, and they have an inferiority complex, and they getting finesse, and they getting finessed by these women who don't look like their mama, and these women will never ever want them at no other stage of their life, and it's sad, and it's like they can't see it, but it's like here is a woman over here who, yeah, she don't look quote unquote exotic to you because of how you've labeled exotic, but she's still exotic if that's what you want it to be. But because society has said exotic is this skin tone with this color hair and this color eyes and this type of booty, this type of breast, they pedestalize that and they think that is exotic. And then because I'm not against dating a different complexion, dating a different race, or any of that. But what I want it to be is authentic and organic. Like y'all did it for love. Y'all did it because you met and you hit it off. Not when you was a millionaire and then you meet somebody who has never ever in a million years looked twice at you. Because I know I don't look like bubble gum on the bottom of a shoe. But one thing that I field test this. Now, who been staring at me a lot lately is Asian women, and white women will stare at me too when I first walk into the room. But one thing I noticed walking down the street, a woman of another race does not look at me. The only women who look at me when I'm walking, and I do field tests so I could talk about this, and I want you to do this if you're a black man watching this. The only women that look at me are black women. The other women who look at me of another race are women of another race who date black men. they don't just look to see if you attractive or what you look like, because they not interested, so they don't even see you. You don't hit their radar. And that's what I want black men to understand is, to these women of other races who never dated your race, you look like throw up on the sidewalk until you become a millionaire. And Kanye West himself rapped about it, and then he'll get on and leave you for a white woman. He was telling black women what he was going to do, and that is exactly what he did. But the only black men that do that is ignorant black men with low self-esteem. And then, so here's the thing. So many black men live by the mantra that marriage is a business deal. So if marriage is a business deal, why would you merge with someone who doesn't have your business best interests at heart? Why would you do a merger with another corporation that only wants you for your upside and your advantage, and they just finna come and ride your wave? That's stupid. When somebody who really cares about your success and your longevity is standing right beside you and literally bringing the same thing, but if not more, to the table than the other business you getting ready to merge with, just because they in a different design building, or they got a different type of name to their company that you finna merge with them, but they not bringing anything. And so it's like, this thing frustrating. And then we continue to beat up our own race when other races is looking out for their own race. They building with their own race. Like what they always talk about, the Asian dollar. Like, them Asian people stick together, man. Them Asian people stick together. Like they were saying, the Asian dollar circulate in their community like 6 times or something like that. 6 times or 16 times before it leave. And like whatever Asian need, they go to the Asian grocery store. They go to the Asian house store. They go to the Asian car dealership. They go to the Asian this, Asian that, Asian that, and they support one another. And then with us, we'll take it, boom, that dollar leave. That dollar leave, boom, gone right out the community. And that's why we could never build nothing. And so we see the state, we complain about the state of it, but then we take our wealth and we take it to a whole nother race and culture. And then so now you further divide your race's economic stability. And so that's why even with my sons, I'm gonna talk to them about that. You know, I got a strong feeling my oldest son is gonna look for a black queen. I got a strong feeling my younger son is gonna end up with a white woman. But if he end up with a white woman, he gonna be done heard everything from me. And it better be authentic and organic. If it's authentic and organic, come on, come, all right, Becky, come on in here. But the first day he bring a white woman home, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fall to the floor. I'm gonna fall to the floor and I'm gonna say, "Oh Lord, a white woman." And the reason why I'm gonna do that is because I want to make him mad and I want to make her cry. I'm dead serious. Because if you can't handle blight jokes, if you can't handle knowing that you is not my preference for my son, then you ain't cut out for this family. That love ain't organic. Now, if she happened to meet my son and he already making money, or he already him, I'm finna let him know, son, yes, you handsome naturally, but you handsome to every single black woman in the world. And you also gonna be handsome to Hispanics and whites and Asians. But you got to think about your children. You got to think about what they're going to go through being called half breed and half American and half this and half that, and their mental stability. And just ask yourself, do you love this woman that much for your kids to be put through what they're going to go through in this crazy world? Because if you doing this because of her vagina, if you doing this because of her teeth, if you doing this because of her hair, because of her smell, You doing it for the wrong reason. If this is not your soulmate that you fit together like a puzzle piece, then you doing this for the wrong reason. You doing this because you got an inferiority complex. And this how I'm gonna talk to my kids. A lot of people like, oh, just love who you love. But the kids don't know nothing about love. They don't know nothing about it. So they be going off of programming. Just like when they went to them young black boys in the mall. What you prefer? Black girl, white girl? All them black boys said white girl. They program that black girls are disgusting. Black girls are dirty. Black girls are ghetto. Black girls are hard to deal with. And then they program that white girls are the best and cooperative and they bring peace. And that's a lie. It's a lie. Because ain't nobody gonna support a black man like a black woman. Ain't nobody gonna support a black man like a black woman. Because as soon as Jonathan Majors, didn't lady say Jonathan grabbed her arm? It's black women that went through so much at the hands of a black man and never told. Never told. Every single black man walking this earth got a black woman that is carrying his secret to the grave. As soon as a black man is not step and fetch, that's the term. I don't know what it is. I just hear people say that sometimes. I like it. I'm just use. I don't know what it means. I know what it means, but I don't know if that's the actual term. As soon as a black man is not step and fetch, that woman of that other race, whether she Asian, Hispanic, white, she turn on them. She want every single red cent off of them. She finna holler abuse. She finna holler this. She finna holler that. She finna get the best lawyers and she go at his throat and try to slit it because she never cared about him as a person. Look at how that lady did Jonathan Majors. She didn't care about him as a person. She ruined his name. She ruined his life off of what they got into, off of what she played a part in, off of what she fueled. She wasn't like no innocent little victim. She was an antagonizer. She antagonized and she did what she did and she poked the bear and she did what she did to get him, to try to get him to overreact. And guess what? He took the bait. He took the bait and she tried to rake him over the coals. She wanted a settlement. That's what she wanted. He really ain't have a lot to settle with her though, cause he done did some gigs, but he ain't like Denzel Washington money. If he was Denzel Washington money, he would have gave her that hush money. They wouldn't have went to court, like P Diddy did so many times before Grace ran out. But then look what a black woman did for Jonathan Majors. Megan Good brought a lifetime of work, a body of work, a C plus list celebrity legend. She brought all of that and she stood by this man accused of physical abuse. She stood by this man and she walked with this man arm in arm and she supported this man. That's what a woman of your race who knows your pain, who knows your struggle, who knows what you're going through, that's what they'll do for you. A lot of women outside of your race, and I'm not just talking about white women, I ain't just pinpoint white women, it could be any other race. They don't know your plight. They don't know your pain. They don't know what you've gone through. They don't know how to do your daughter hair. They don't know how to do your son hair. And I ain't just talking about, all interracial relationships, but I'm talking about these ones that's popping up today and on the main stage and getting showcased of where the man getting finesse. You getting finesse. But if you know women, if you ever been him, if you ever been out there, then you know a finesse when they finessing. But a lot of these guys have been corkscrew lames all their life, which I just made that term up. I don't know what it is. But they done been put in the lame category their whole life that they can't see a jug when they're right in front of them. They can't see it. And so they just go and think like, oh, you really like me. You really like me. Oh, okay, all right. Now, if the guy's half white, like Patrick Mahomes, that's different. I think he half white. That's different because he got white in his blood. But when a man is 100% black, and then he become rich and famous like Kanye West, and then he take all his money, all his economic power, and he take it to another race to make they lineage and they mama and they daddy in luxury and lap of luxury. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Y'all got to start getting finesse. And again, I would say this. I am not against interracial dating. What I am against is the finesse. If it is authentic and it is organic and y'all are soulmates, I'm all for it. Love who you love regardless of their color. But you got to really ask yourself, before I got this status, before I got this money, was this type of person checking for me? If that type of person been after you since elementary, middle school, that just was attracted to you, that's authentic, that's organic. But if you ain't never got that no motion from that side of the tracks until you got a name, now you need not be a lame. Hey, this Tony Gasson. God bless you. We'll talk soon.